Welcome to the Immaterial Gamers Podcast.
Hey guys, what time is it?
I don't know, what time is it?
Showtime.
It's podcast
podcast time?
time. Oh my
Podcast time.
god. Visual gags. We have video now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah, so there was that story where I was...
I just had a thought that we should morph into this like Power Rangers.
Go,
No,
go,
probably
Yeah.
Power,
not.
go, Power Podcast.
Just take our video cameras, right? And just like Photoshop them together into like a stick figure, like where each of us is like one limb, and then at the head it's Craig.
Oh god, oh god, just there with his little microphone, just recording away.
Now recording your defeat.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, welcome to the Immaterial Gamers Podcast. This is a weird thing now. This is podcast number 100 and vidcast number
What
1.
amazing timing! Someone just walked in through my front door, and now the dogs are all excited.
Oh, perfect. You know, this is stuff that we may have to figure out about how to cut, because that's an entirely new problem. But yeah. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, not bad. Going all right. You?
Oh yeah,
Good
no, it's
taking
great. I'm looking down at myself at the camera like the egotistical git I am. Hey, like hello. But yeah, no.
I'm not comfortable with this.
Oh well, in that case, let's introduce everyone. So
This will be the first time that most of us will have been or have our faces on here.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Yes, this is sort of the reveal of faces of Immaterial Gamers at this point. So yes, I'm Ryan.
If you've been a long time watcher and you haven't, we know we have the data. But if you have somehow, then you've heard our voices. But this is the first time you can put it to a face.
Or few, because you've got Duncan, who has appeared as one of the first faces of the new Immaterial Gamers in the Spooktoga.
Toga. That's when you play scary games while wearing a toga.
Yeah. But so Duncan. And then in this screen up here is Dariusz.
There he is. There's that.
Hello.
There's that boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have to do this based on my screen, so it may look like I'm pointing somewhere else on your guys's. But over here, making a triumphant return, it's Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, he points to a black bar on the edge of his screen. on my screen anyway. I mean, it'll look fine in the podcast.
Yeah, look fine. Yeah.
But to me, it's just like, look, it's a blank screen. It's just a blank bar.
It's good to come back. I know it's been an awful long time since I've been in the podcast, but
yeah, if we had our statistician Steph, he'd probably tell you which podcast it was at this point. But
it's probably episode 60 something. I think I last joined.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
So so in the middle of this like podcast recording that we've got, there is a high potential that there will be a injury.
Yeah.
Injury.
Yeah.
Well, Steve had already hurt himself before I managed to say it. No, the other one is that there is a chance of a Terry turning up. He was due to be here earlier, but got caught up in car trouble.
Traffic.
Yeah, i.e., someone else's car caused him trouble.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's on a detour due to a car accident.
Someone tried to play a game of chicken with him while he was in an 18-wheeler.
Well, he's got a funny story regarding ducks that he'd probably tell if he got here. But
oh god, the other bird.
Yeah, the other bird.
A duck tried to play chicken with him. There you go. That's why he lost, because he was a duck.
Yeah, that's just whack. Honk. No, that's a goose.
Honk.
But so before we get into a little bit of what's been played, and we'll discuss some news later, sort of possibly related to that, it's been a shit week in the gaming industry and industries all over the place.
Yes, pretty much.
You've probably already guessed what I'm on about in regards to the absolute flood of sexual harassment, and otherwise stuff that's happened in over a week's time. Wrestling industry, games journalism industry, game development industry, game personality and streamers. which sort of maybe culminated in something regarding one of Twitch's most prolific streamers. Not that anyone knows.
Mm.
But we'll talk about Dr. Disrespect a little bit later on. And all I can say is, I don't know.
Not much.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're just. Well, now that I actually look at it, we're four white guys on an internet who probably four white guys with two relationships between
We are
them.
on
maybe.
an internet, yes.
Yeah, but no, just those who have been, who have spoke out about their abusers. Good on you. To those who have done the abusing, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You certainly shouldn't be fucking anyone else.
Nope.
It's certainly not an easy thing to have to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's especially when it's affecting industries that are our hobbies and something that we're supposed to be enthusiastic about. It's a bit hard to be enthusiastic when there's an ever increasing list of scum.
Things going wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know all about hobbies and passions turning to poop in your hands when bad news comes your way.
Yeah.
Getting that from multiple angles.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the I follow the Cultaholic Wrestling podcast. I'm going to take their sort of stance on this, which is don't speak about specific examples because should something turn out wrong and it not be true, we don't want to be
Yeah.
we don't want to be in court.
And that's
Yeah.
the part that makes it so hard to open up dialogue about, because sometimes you don't have all the information, and then people issue statements based on incomplete information. The world makes up its mind about something, and then you find out 3 months later, oh, actually, it turns out we didn't have all the information, didn't quite come to the right conclusion, and then
the person who's being accused is already gone.
Yeah, but at that point, it's just like that person's like dead in the water. So it's just like, it's a very complicated issue.
It is
for that reason and many others.
Yeah. Sorry, go Steve.
I was going to say, it may be not worth talking about much. I know it's not great, but until we've got all the details and the facts, then it's probably best not to make an informed opinion at this time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like we can at least. I mean, it'd be a disservice not to say that it's happening. We don't want to say it's all sunshine and rainbows. Like I say, it's specific that we don't, because like there was a couple of examples. One of them is the Dr. Disrespect, but that's like a big, news piece. The other is what Dariusz had sent regarding Ubisoft, and that has become a news piece as well.
I don't think I saw that one.
The project lead of Valhalla, isn't it? Or former project lead of Valhalla, but don't want to go again sort of too far.
As far as no, there are still like allegations only.
Yeah,
it's not been proved, I think, at this point.
Yeah,
I might have missed something, but as far as I know,
I believe no, you're right on that one. Yeah, there's sort of allegations, but there is the project lead has stepped down because of those allegations. So that's not always to say that there's an element of truth, but it can happen. So anyway, shall we get to more cheerier stuff?
Yes.
Right,
please.
Let's see how I can figure this out in an edit afterwards. Welcome to What's Been Played.
What's been played?
Maybe I'll just have to do that for now until I bother figuring out. So
what has I'm to make an H has
yep,
and then I make a B. Oh, shit, that's kind of like a B except it's backwards. Shit, just imagine that's backwards. Been,
oh yeah, I can see that.
And then play it again backwards.
You see, you say it's backwards, but your reversing has actually made things much better. It actually worked.
Well, the symmetrical ones like H and W are pretty easy, but then
but B was clear as well as P on my screen, so
all right.
So accidental success. So Steve, you've been around. You've got a wealth of games that you must have been playing over time.
To be completely honest, I have played some, but being on night shifts made it very difficult to manage my time on certain things. So I do get to play occasionally. So I managed to complete the first season of Division 2. I got to the end and completed the manhunt, got the skill, which was good. I done it on the last day, mind you, but I managed to do it.
Nice.
I've been playing Company of Heroes 2 for the first time in a while. I've not played that for ages. Been playing with one of my friends, having a couple of games against each other. Been okay.
God, Company Heroes, that's the real-time tactics game, isn't it? Like what Dawn of War ended up being after it shit the bed from Dawn of War 1.
Pretty much, yeah. And what else? I've recently purchased Total War 3 Kingdoms, but I've not tried that yet. Because Steam sale, everything's on sale. Bye-bye wallet.
You do Total War. As the announcement, it did come up on the news a couple of weeks back that Creative Assembly are doing an exclusivity deal with Epic.
Yes,
be careful.
I'm aware.
But that means that Total War, whatever it is, Total War Troy?
Yeah, it's going to be on Epic Store.
Yes, it's going to be on Epic Store. And when it comes out on August the 13th, for that day only, for 24 hours, it is £0 or $0 to purchase.
Yeah, and I'm aware of that. I don't know what to think of it. Like, I hate when companies do exclusive deals with certain platforms when there's already enough as it is. I'd rather just have everything on Steam and just make it easier. I don't want to get games from the Epic Store as well. I can't be bothered. It's too much.
But
I mean, you've got Origin, you've got... Well, I say Origin, you've got EA Access, you've got Steam, you've got Xbox Live, you've got PlayStation, and just give me one platform to put everything on and it'd be fine.
GOG Galaxy 2.0.
I do to an extent agree with this. Like, it's kind of a pain in the ass to have like 19 different places to go to play games. But at the same time, like, part of me thinks that, I'm looking at this sort of big picture mode, and I'm thinking like, well, by having these deals of exclusivity, it kind of forces companies, and it kind of forces these distributors, whether it's Epic Games or Steam or whatever, to make like really good deals with the developers. It's like to force a company to have a deal of exclusivity either forever or for 3 months or whatever. Like
Step
with Borderlands,
up the game, really,
they were because they got to really give them a good deal on that. It's like, you could release to everybody and make whatever you were going to make, or go with us and we'll give you like an extra 10% on your deal or whatever. And it's like hard to pass up. Competition is something that I like. I don't like it. I don't like it when there's only like one or two companies that have control over everything, and they don't really need to compete. They have no incentive to improve themselves and their platform. But if they have other people who are fighting for the same thing and are, being relatively successful at it, then they actually have to be like, okay, we actually have to seriously try to be a good company.
Because of this competition, there's only one winner.
Yeah, the consumer.
Exactly. So we're gonna win because the prices might go slightly down or something.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's not. I mean, like you say, it's going to be beneficial to us in the long run. It's just I'd like things to be, simple, like one platform to get everything I need, and then that's it. Instead of paying multiple subscription fees. Look at what's happening with streaming services. Like you've got 5 different ones now.
4 now.
Streaming services. Which you talking about, gaming or video streaming? What?
Just like video stuff like Netflix, isn't it? So you've got Prime, Netflix, Hulu.
You want to talk about? There's like dozens of them. That whole thing is gonna. That's sort of the opposite. When you take what I was just describing to its extreme, its logical extreme, and when you have too much competition, and it's just like, instead of having 10 or so competitors,
yeah,
trying to fight for a little bit of market share, you end up with like 500 trying to do the same thing, and everyone has like 0.7% market share, and they just can't sustain themselves because their product is too expensive, and they don't make enough money to compensate for it. And so 90% of them end up collapsing, and that's what we call a bubble. And that's whereas healthy competition is good, bubbles are bad because they pop eventually, and then a lot of people lose a lot of money.
Read.com bubble for further information.
Or the 2008 housing bubble.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So,
other than that,
or the 1920s credit bubble, which we
there is the Great Depression after all.
There was that one. That was also a bubble. It was kind of before we had a concept of what that was, but that's what it was.
I know, it's true. But let's cycle back to games. So I've played a few. Yeah. So
sorry, I always bring finance into it. It's my education.
That's all right. I brought it up. So anyway, it's okay. So in terms of games I've played recently, it's Division 2,
Company
Europa
Heroes.
Universalis 4. Going to be playing more of Three Kingdoms because the new Emperor updates come out for Europa Universalis 4. So I've been having a dabble with that. But there is a couple of games I'm looking forward to. Should we talk about that later, or should I mention that now?
You can mention them now if you want. I mean, they've not been played, but they will be played, I'm going to guess.
Yes. So, Crusader Kings 3, obviously, now has a release date for the 1st of September.
Oh my god, what the hell is going to happen in that? Because I still remember the mods for Crusader Kings 2 and the amount that you could do in it.
Yes, so there's going to be a lot that's going to be there in the base game from what I've seen. And it's going to be a lot better in terms of the UI and streamlining it, which is good. It's good improvements. What they told us back at PDXCon was really good, and what they've shown us since has been really, really good. I'm hoping to get something from it soon. I've still not been able to progress it that much so far, so I want to be able to get early access. So I'm still going to try that.
Yeah.
But it's been a nuisance. Being on night shift makes it difficult to manage anything, to be fair.
It's true. You have to become a creature of the night. Wait.
No, I don't want to.
However, speaking of Vampire the Masquerade.
Yes, I've already got it. Already got it on the Steam account, ready to install when it's finally out, which is cool.
Is its release date still when it's done?
Yes, basically. That's what they told us during the PDXCon last year, and they're still not given a date yet, as far as I remember. So it's done when it's done, basically.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I like things that come out when they're done. No, I don't like
personally. I agree.
I don't like it when people say we're gonna release a game every year for the next 25 years in a row and never stop. And then like,
I mean, like EA with FIFA,
they're like going on fumes and half their staff is dead, and like the games are coming out with like they're just made in like they're just JPEGs. It's just like. I was like, don't worry, we'll patch it. We'll just release an 80 gigabyte day one patch, and it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Please give me your $80.
What do you mean, like Call of Duty?
Exactly. I mean, what? I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, perfect.
Every Call of Duty game since 5 years ago has had a day one update.
Call of Duty Medieval Warfare.
Yeah.
That's gonna be cool.
It'll be good going around with swords and shields.
You get the chivalry guys to like get some pointers.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Can you imagine like a medieval warfare game with like the Call of Duty like ticking noise when you hit enemies?
Yeah.
Like...
Well, how the hell are you going to get like the kill streaks on there? What are they going to drop? Tar?
Yeah, burning pitch.
Probably. It's probably going to be like a cavalry charge, tar fire,
cavalry
something.
Charge.
Yeah, why not? It'll be. Think about it. Like, imagine a medieval Call of Duty game. What would your kill streaks be? So your first one is probably release the dogs or something.
Your next like a flaming arrow barrage.
Yeah, your next one will be an arrow barrage or something silly. Your top one will probably be. I mean, what was the most devastating thing back then? Was trebuchets.
Depends
so
on
your final one, instead of it being a nuke, it'd be a trebuchet strike. So it'd be just like massive amounts.
If you were in the right part of the world, it could have been a war elephant.
Well, yeah, there is that as well.
Just fucking war elephant just charging down the field. No big deal.
That'd be fun, actually. It'd be really funny. But no, I don't think they'll
Make
ever
it happen,
release
Activision. I mean, I hate you.
Yeah, Call of Duty Medieval Warfare. Let's go.
That would be if I'm not even memeing right now. If that was like their next title, that would be the first Call of Duty game I ever bought. Fucking Call of Duty Medieval Warfare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So it'd be funny, but it's unlikely. I think the closest we're going to get to anything like that is oh crap, what was it? I can't think of it.
Call of Duty World War II? World
War I? No. Anyway, I am also looking up to one other game as well at the moment, which keeps getting pushed back, which is upsetting. But if they can make sure it's fine when it comes out, it's great. Which I'm sure you can work it out already. It ends with 2077. Cyberpunk is taking its beautiful time to come out.
Yeah, I think Dariusz is waiting for that, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it.
It's pretty much the only one I'm looking forward to get at the moment.
Right now, my only debate is whether new GPU will be out before that or the game.
Yeah, that's my concern as well.
I would prefer GPU out first, so I can get newer GPU, so I can play it in the full details.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. You want to make sure you can play it at its best if you play at its peak sort of thing. That makes sense.
You see, now that it's been delayed from September to November.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, Duncan.
I was gonna say, I'd be so miserable if I had to upgrade my computer again. I just upgraded it. I just replaced a bunch of parts in like a year, 2 years ago. It's just like, and like they were decent parts, but it's just like mostly I was just kind of replacing old parts. That were kind of broke.
To be honest,
I was like, if I had to buy new ones, I do have the money, but I want to spend on other things. It's like new computer, school.
To be honest, I was thinking of getting a new one. I need to get a better. Well, I need to go to the next stage at the moment. I'm still using AM3 on the motherboard, so
my computer exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just as a thing, but unrelated. Now that it was delayed till September, and I was gonna be cheeky and say, oh well, look, my birthday's in September. But now it's been delayed till November. Well, my birthday's in November.
No, it's not.
Hey,
September birthday. Stop it.
Steph and Terry's birthdays are in November.
Yeah. Cyberpunk for all.
Maybe he'll re-gift. Someone will gift, and then someone else will gift as well. And he'll have two copies, and he'll re-gift to you. And it's like, there you go, fix.
One thing I don't get though, they keep pushing the game back, but you can purchase the special edition console version on the special edition console on Amazon at the moment, which is weird because the game's out.
Xbox.
Wow.
Well, they do, don't they? I mean,
I think you can buy the console now and then when the game launches, you can download it.
Yeah. Maybe.
I think that's how it's gonna work.
Amazon does pre-purchase. I've bought one.
I know we do. I know we do. But
I like that. I know we do.
Well, I am still an Amazon employee after all, and I am aware of different things.
Overlord of the brown smiley boxes.
We should
just to mention this is not sponsored by Amazon, so I shouldn't
push it somewhere.
But yeah, there is a lot that we do, and I do find it a bit curious that it is available on the website when the game's been pushed back. But there's not much I can do on that regard because I'm only in the warehouse. I'm not on the website development team. I can't tell them, oi, it's not out yet. Don't have it.
But you're a general.
Yes, I know, but I'm not in charge of everything. I'm in charge of one team of 50 people. That's it. Oh, I say 50. It's 58 actually. So yeah.
That's almost a platoon.
Yeah, I know.
58. That's like an army.
That's a small army, and they don't want me to go
people
back
who aren't subscribed to Immaterial Gamers right now because you're slacking.
I'm supposed to be going back to Days in a couple of months, and everyone's saying to me, "Don't go back, don't go back."
Hey guys, he's like, hey guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and like maybe there's like a little bit of a raise in it for you.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
10 cents an hour. Come on, who can pass that up?
Yeah.
That's like almost $1.
58 people probably.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get back to the subject matter. So, who do you want to go to next, Ryan?
Let's go to Dariusz next.
What was going on? What?
Now in.
This is Dariusz's favorite bit, where he pretends he doesn't know what we're doing right now.
Yeah. So what's being played, mate?
Yeah?
Why is my camera on? What's going on? Why it's a red button here which says recording? What the fuck?
Like, hey, was I supposed to put on a webcam, guys?
So Dariusz is basically playing like candid camera.
Yeah. Why? So what I've been playing? Not much.
Oh.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that. So, for example, I've been playing on Moving Out.
That little game. That's funny.
Yeah, that's a funny little game.
So those who don't know what Moving Out is,
I don't think I played that one.
Is that the one where you're like moving furniture and you're like little animal guy?
Yes, like kind of try to imagine the Beast Beatdown. Is that the title? That kind of weird controllers with the kind of a little bit different environment. I would say that's kind of my feeling. You're still using the same physics to pick up something, and then you're just trying to get out of the furniture which you picked up, and that's when the game is getting hilarious.
Okay.
I may have to get it. Like, there's been a couple of like house moving games that came out around the same time, and because there was Moving Out, and then there's Totally Accurate Delivery Service.
Yes. I've got both of them. They're both kind of funny game.
Yeah. Is it on Steam?
However, I do find much more fun to play on my own the Moving Out than the delivery service.
Yeah.
Yet to test how it's play out in with a team.
Oh, good. Oh, Moving Out is it's Team 17's game.
Yeah, it is Team 17.
And it supports
that makes sense.
Players. And I just can see how that can turn out hilarious with all of us playing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Especially if we're gonna have this Stefan around who is gonna try to stop us from moving things.
Yeah, this is sort of filing under play session.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've added it to my wish list. I won't buy it yet. I'll just buy it next week. Yeah, right. I need to be careful on spending money because the Steam sale always hurts my wallet every year.
Yeah, wallet goes on fire. It's like, oh, I've got money, and then Steam sale appears, and then there's cobwebs everywhere.
And then there is, where is my money?
Yeah, it's actually it's funny. I didn't know it was from Team 17, but I suspected it was just from the general look of it. It's like this feels like an Overcooked type of game. And it's like,
yes,
there you go, there it is.
It says it's only single player though, with a local couch co-op, which is a bit weird.
Nah, welcome to Steam Remote Play, sir.
It's actually Steam Remote Play.
Virtually every multiplayer game will have some form of Steam Remote Play access these days.
Oh, okay, then that's not too bad
then. What do they call it? Remote Play Together, isn't it, for its full name?
Oh, okay. Okay.
But how have you been getting through it, Dariusz?
I didn't play much. I think I played like 5 missions or so. Because I was more focused on finishing the other game.
Oh, the other game.
The other game.
Drum roll, please.
Kind of related to our whole situation around the globe. So
while Dariusz is going, we have waiting for IV cam connecting. Yeah, a new challenger has
emerged.
Yeah.
So do we have
he's still emerging
person on the podcast?
We will have another person on the podcast when he.
Looks like it.
He seems like he's having a bit of trouble. Let's just go finish your point while he.
I am here. I just.
Oh my god!
Terry.
Camera is fucking retarded.
Yeah, we
I
have
had
the
to plug
voice
in
of Terry.
everything. My headset wasn't connected to my computer, so I had to get all that hooked up. And camera's connected.
Dear.
Oh,
That
Ooh,
as of
right.
yet disembodied voice. Do you hear?
Yay!
It's Terry.
Hello.
So Terry has arrived just in the middle of the what's been played. Hello, Terry.
My cousin Terry.
That's a game.
I'm
in
not your
itself, isn't
cousin.
Oh man, his lips are so distinct.
it?
I've noticed. Why am I so? Oh,
Oh,
it's
no,
getting a
there we
little
go.
better.
Well, wait. It's getting a little better.
I had to
Crazy.
get rid of the preview on my screen. I think it was
there
overdoing
we
my
go.
processor.
Right, so Dariusz, while we were here, you were in your second game.
Yep, the second game was Pandemic Legacy.
Ooh,
We're
not
in the
played
middle
that for a
of
while.
pandemic. You should not be playing that.
Which
Yes,
I
I was
just
feeling-
finished.
The world is playing
Aw.
Pandemic Legacy.
That means the world's over then.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to finish it, because I was thinking like, shit, it's open for a few years now. So that's probably the whole chaos coming from. It's like Jumanji in the real world, isn't it?
Oh no.
Oh
It's
yeah,
alright.
the
What's
people
it?
with the
We'll reach
Jumanji
level
memes, yeah.
7 in a couple of days. We'll see what happens, yeah?
Yeah.
The final level.
Oh no, it's not. Not
The
yet.
final countdown.
But you do realise that every month up until December spells out Jason, right?
Is what? Sorry.
Why would you do that
want
to
me?
me, Steve?
Yeah. So,
July,
August,
August,
September, October, November.
September.
It spells
Oh
out
my
Jason.
god, Jason.
Jason. Oh, Jesus. There's the
I'll
more
have to send
you
the meme out
know.
later. I'll show you what I mean by it.
And then he
Yeah.
shows up in December. Just to throw you off.
Yeah.
Alexa.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Jason. Oh no, not Alexa.
Mhm.
Careful, you're gonna trigger people's Alexas.
So,
perfect.
She triggers at
So-
random. I don't know why she does it.
So how far were you on Pandemic Legacy before you decided to finish it off?
June.
Thought me you had some time in your hands.
I was in June last year. And when I
Okay.
started playing it again, which is like roughly 2-3 months ago, when the whole pandemic started.
Oh,
So from June.
right. You are like those. This had happened because there were a couple of people on Facebook who did the same. So you're playing a game about a pandemic during a pandemic. There were people who were sat there wanting to know what was the best pandemic horror films to watch.
Yeah, that's my sister. She's watching pandemic horror films throughout the
nothing-
entire time.
Nothing better than watching Contagion while reading the daily death count, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. No kidding.
No, it was like kind of, to be honest, kind of coincidence, because my life is pretty much normal for the pandemic.
Same.
So, however, yes, I did have the time and companions to play it with.
Mhm.
And yes, if you are familiar with the concept of pandemic or not, it's a game where your team is trying to cure 4 different diseases.
That are trying
However,
to take
during
over
the
the
legacy
world.
game, one of those diseases is mutating to COVID. I mean, Coda. And which you are not able to cure anymore, and you have to just contain it.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the
Duncan.
game, you're filling
want?
out different scenarios, different campaigns, different objectives for the campaign, which are delivered to you by those little cards, which you have to draw before you're setting up the game.
Yeah.
And they're changing from now and then. However, the last mission was kind of like, I wasn't gonna say hardest, but definitely kind of complicated, where you had to like fascinate every single city in the game.
Wow.
Which is like going back and forth for the supplies. I would say this kind of mechanic was introduced a little bit too late in the game because it was just only for December, which is the last game.
And
it
the
was
ultimate
really
challenge.
Yeah, however, it would be kind of like better to use the same kind of mechanic for, I don't know, let's say testing for a trial of the vaccine in the previous month, and let's do it. That might work. And then you're reading the next card, and I'm sorry that didn't work. We improved it. Let's do it again. Because that last stretch of it was a really brilliant idea. However, for me, it was a little bit too late. The last mechanic was introduced a little bit too late. Overall, you could play the Pandemic through 12 games or 24 games. Because there is a possibility to play either one per each month or twice if you lose the first one.
Okay.
I think I finished it within 15, 16 games.
Well, that's not too bad then, is it? That's
no, it's not.
It'd be a case of completing every one and a couple of mistakes in 4 of them.
Well, it's a card-based game based on luck. So basically, what you drew on the beginning, that's how screw up you are through the whole game.
Yeah.
So overall, yes, I really did enjoy the Pandemic. I've played the standard version beforehand. You can still play the Legacy after you finish a standard Pandemic. However, you have to remember that all the stickers do not apply. And still, it's one of the best board games on the market, I would say.
It's a good game.
The co-op games.
It's a game where people don't have to get into fights because no one's being mean to anyone else. Everyone's trying to fight together, and I just find it funny that it's a game where there's a very substantial chance that nobody wins, everyone loses.
So yes, exactly. You're trying to work as a team, trying to figure it out which cards are best to pass around, which are best to sacrifice, etc. And overall, I do recommend everybody to play the Pandemic. If not the Legacy, just the standard one. And I'm looking forward to buying the Season 2 within 1 or 2.
Cool. When you can get back in there and get it. Which will be soon. It will.
Will be soon.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was what I was playing mainly for the last few weeks.
Okie dokie. I'll just quickly throw mine in there because I again hadn't been playing too much until the weekend, at which point I've been playing the first of the 3 Final Fantasy 13 games, and arguably the second best Final Fantasy 13 game of the 3.
Okay.
Duncan's making love to his microphone.
That's a lot of Final Fantasy 13s.
Yeah, they did the main game and then 2 extras, didn't they? So
no, 1 extra in the
1
trilogy.
extra, sorry. To be honest, Final Fantasy 13 didn't appeal that much to me, unfortunately.
I got where they were getting at, and let's be fair, with Final Fantasy 13, they had improved on this sort of real-time aspect that they were.
I found it too linear. That was the problem.
Yeah, but that's part of the improvements that they sort of changed. But the whole new way of doing the active time battle worked.
Yeah.
Because of Cat.
Because of cats,
okay.
The implementation of cats in the combat of Final Fantasy 13 was crucial for creating its appeal.
Yeah, I mean that's why Final Fantasy 13-2 is the best of the 3/2 games there are.
That was Nikki, by the way.
Hey, Nikki.
Nikki.
Hey, Nikki, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Nikki.
Knew it.
Hey, Nikki.
You just plant the seed and watch it sprout. But having fun on that. But I mean, it's like a 10-year-old game anyway. If you haven't played Final Fantasy 13 at that point, you're not going to be interested. If you have played it, you've already played all the way through. There's not really much new to explain. So, Yeah, I've been playing that and having fun, and then I've been dabbling in Magic the Gathering Arena.
I need to get back into
that. And seeing people play the same vampires deck over and over again. Come on, guys, you're using Arena. Don't stop net decking. Brew something. You've got the cards. But
vampires are godly.
Oh, I bet exactly they trying to exploit the weakness of the system. I mean, like play the best cards which you can play. That's why you're seeing them only playing this vampires. Because come on, if something is best and guarantee you the win at least to like 50% of all the games you're gonna win, that's kind of like win-win for me.
Of course, Dariusz would be supporting the vampires. He'd be backing those vampires. We all know he's
been backing them for 18 months.
Vampire. Yeah. I actually did build like a sort of black-white vampire deck that was not net decked. I just made it up myself. But now I think out of spite, I'm going to build something else. Like
I do have a question. I do have a random question for Dariusz.
Mm-hmm.
Did you manage to finish Vampire the Masquerade?
It wasn't Vampire the Masquerade he tried to finish.
Or was it the other one?
It was Vampire. Just
Vampire. There we go. Did you manage to finish that?
Yes, he did. On podcast 52. He succeeded.
Okay.
That was a yearly podcast, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine then.
So, that's that.
Man, that was a good game. I might play it again. But this time as an evil vampire, not a good one.
Oh, okay.
Woohoo, ceiling!
Oh, no, not again.
It's a ceiling. It just needs doing for a second while Duncan explains what he's been playing.
Well, funny thing about Magic the Gathering, that's pretty much all I've played that's new this week. So that's pretty much all I have to talk about is Magic. Because I'm still working long weeks, not playing much new stuff. So yeah, I have a weird. It's a weird history with Magic the Gathering. Like I think I first learned how to play it in like 2012, and then I played it a few times then, and then like 2 years later, when I was quitting Yu-Gi-Oh, I decided I'd maybe get into Magic the Gathering and just play draft, like not even play constructed, just draft play. So that'd be a nice way to play like on a relatively even field. I don't have to go against these people who have $3,000 decks that they've put their entire life savings into.
Purchased them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, if I play a draft, everyone's pretty much even, other than skill and experience. So it's got pretty much the same shit. So I played that for a few weeks, and then I kind of stopped that, and now I'm playing Magic again. It's one of those games that I keep wanting to play, but I'm like, can't. I have problems with like pack opening card games. I can't do it because when I once I get started on the pack opening thing, I just kind of I get sucked right into it. I just keep buying packs after pack after pack.
The tendencies.
Yeah. Yes, I have the tendencies. Chicken tenders. Oh god, Terry's dead. He's being assassinated by ninjas. They turned off his power. Oh, he's back. He's okay. He's been replaced by a ninja. He's cool.
He's good. He's good.
But yeah, so now I'm just playing this, and I don't think I'll play very much of it like casually in my spare time, just because of that problem that I have. I mostly bought it because of secret special projects that are entirely up to Terry and whether or not they are disclosed at this time.
Terry's secret project.
Just trying to getting practice. The Magic the Gathering Arena has like a tutorial and then like a bunch of color challenges where you just sort of play around with different decks of different colors to like learn how their mechanics work.
Yeah, using the NPC Sparky.
Old Sparky. Definitely not British Navy. Definitely not just the same thing, except
she doesn't constantly keep going, hey, listen, hey,
listen.
But so I did all the color challenges. I did the tutorial, and that may or may not be as far as I go. I might play like a couple of casual games online just to see like how bad it is.
See, the way I do it is play enough like casual games to complete the daily quests, Never spend a penny. Just use the gold that you get from them quests. And if you do win, you get a bonus little bit of gold, and you'll get more packs anyway. And then you can just open it like that.
Yeah,
and
who
then you
knows?
can sit there.
Maybe I'll play just play draft. I'll just play draft online.
Yeah, there is that as well. Yeah, complete the daily quest until you get the money for the drafts, and then do the drafts.
There's also
good stuff.
You can, via that tabletop simulator version, you can actually do draft on that website, build the deck on the website from a draft, and we can actually have drafts that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way it's free.
I also don't want to commit too hard into the MTG arena, just because it's like I don't know how enthusiastic. I mean, I imagine there's going to be a core group of people who like actually are going to take this thing somewhat seriously, and then there's probably going to be people who are just going to like, I'll show up and see what happens. So I don't want to like totally overcommit and be like, oh, look at this fucking amazing deck that I've been building because I've been playing 70 hours a week.
And then nobody plays with you.
Scrubs. Well, no, and then like the 2 or 3 new people are gonna be like, oh, okay.
I've made a dog deck.
It's like, and then I go, oh, here's my 11/11 lifelink monster, and it's also is flying.
No, you hurt my doggo.
And vigilance.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, feels bad.
I wouldn't mind, but that is the core mechanic for Magic 21 for Core 21 is cats versus dogs.
Oh yeah.
They've errated the creature type hound, so now every hound is a dog.
Damn it.
Wow.
What about rats?
Rats are still scum. I mean, they're still rats. So yeah.
So yeah, it's probably one of the shorter What's Been Played segments I've ever done because I just don't have much to share. But that's it. I guess we'll move on to Terry.
Yeah, it works, right? Terry, the floor is yours.
Well, what I've been playing this week is I played a little bit of Magic the Gathering Arena. Played a little bit of Tabletop Simulator with the Magic the Gathering because, as it was hinted to, we have a little idea rolling that we're going to try getting going with Magic the Gathering. We won't get into it this time because we're still working out all the quirks for it.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
But hopefully we can get that going soon. Still looking for people to sign up for it. So I'm going to send out another message to some people after this.
How many participants have gotten back to you at this point?
I think it's 5 right now. So we're doing okay.
That's honestly more than I was expecting.
I'm hoping for 8, but I'll be happy with 6. I don't want an odd number because I don't know how I'm going to work with an odd number yet.
Yeah, you'd have to implement a buy system, and that would be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But other than that, me, Stefan, Danny, and a little bit of Sapphire have been playing Minecraft, just a normal...
A little bit of Sapphire? Like only part of her is playing? Like
yeah, only her left leg was in the game. But no, she didn't really get into it. She sort of logged in, walked around, and then was too tired and went to bed. I don't know if she's played since, but we're playing just a random server that Stefan found.
That seems to be the way.
Yeah, it's a Skyblock server, but it has dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs
in Minecraft. I haven't seen it. We haven't got involved in those yet, but...
Oh, yeah, the Achievement Hunter dudes did a little bit of Dinocraft, right?
So, we're looking into that. But other than that, that's pretty much all I've played. I am thinking of getting back into Kerbal Space Program again, because I'm addicted to space games.
I think easily set up a video game challenge for that. Just like, you have this much money, make a ship that will get to the moon.
I was actually thinking of buying.
You can use these pieces.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking of buying the game because it's on sale at the moment.
It's a good pickup to get, especially if you like just because of the modes that they've got. Terry will be able to sort of vouch for this. There's just sort of freedom to do whatever the fuck you want, really.
Yeah, there's 3 different modes to play. There's the sandbox, which you just get whatever you want, and you can build whatever craziness you want, which a lot of people prefer because the game is all about failing, pretty much. That's literally what it's about.
Yeah.
It's almost built for me.
Yeah, and then there's science, which you have no money. You just have to unlock science to get more parts.
Yeah.
And then there's the career, which is science and money, which is the hardest of the three because you can run out of money, or you could screw yourself by not getting the right parts and not be able to get more science very easily and have to spend more money to get to the science.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like to play sandbox. I did tinker with a multiplayer mod for Kerbal at one point, years back now, but even on a local network, it was kind of glitchy, so I wouldn't get into that. But there is a Kerbal Space Program 2 coming out. It was supposed to come out this year, but it's been pushed back to spring of next year.
Due to
Mostly
the
That makes
fuckers
sense.
at Take-Two. The fuckers.
Yeah.
Scummy bastards.
Oh yes.
I wouldn't say it's anything like that, Ryan. I think it's a case of they're just trying to look after their teams, I suppose, with everything going on. Some companies are really struggling with the pandemic.
There's
Others
two
are managing.
stories about what actually happened.
Yeah, go on, Terry.
I've been doing quite a bit of research into it, and nobody on either side is talking about what happened. What it sounds like happened is one of the heads of the Kerbal Space Program sort of decided he wanted to. Can't quite remember what the article said, but it sounded
all
like
about the negotiation of a deal, wasn't it?
Yeah, he sent a deal that they didn't want, and he basically was take the deal or it's done. And then Take-Two basically sent out job invites to all the other employees saying, do you want to work with us? We're taking back this contract, and do you want to work for us? They got a pay raise, apparently.
Okay.
More comfortable seat. Originally, the article that I read was totally terrible. It was basically saying they stole the contract and are trying to resell it to them.
I mean, it didn't help that the new studio that Take-Two had operated was literally called Intercept.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I'm getting mixed stories from what I'm reading, and nobody's really giving out any information. There's no information saying that any party was trying. Like, it just seems like there was I'm trying to think of the word. Basically, they didn't agree.
Yeah.
And
it's like a deadlock that just got broken by
yeah,
Take-Two.
so they figured that the contract wasn't being completed on time, and then they started asking for more, and like the people that had the contract were asking for more time, more money, more this and that. And the owners of the contract finally said, look, we want you guys to do it because you did the one. But then after they did that, they kept asking for more time, more money, and now the contract owners are at a point where they're like, we want this product out. And so the owner of the company was not doing what they wanted. So they revoked the contract and made a new company. I think it was called Intercept, like you said. And they tried to hire as much of the staff as they could because those staff are dedicated to the program. They just figured some of the management was not.
Yeah.
And that's my understanding. I have done some research on it, but not a crazy amount.
I'm still not happy with Take-Two.
No,
that's just me.
The way they did it was kind of wrong.
Yeah.
But all I care is that if the program comes out, when it comes out, that hopefully the staff is still happy and taking care of the program.
That's true.
Because if they got sleazed out of a job and they got forced into taking it, they might not make as good of a product. So I'm hoping that everybody was happy with what came out. Obviously, the person who
we're
was
all-
trying to cut the deal wasn't, but when you get greedy, sometimes companies will take advantage. But that being said, Take-Two, I don't know if anybody really knows about Take-Two, but Take-Two owns quite a few games out there. They're one of the biggest. They're one of the biggest companies out there. They own Rockstar. If I'm not mistaken, it's Rockstar or just Grand Theft Auto. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they control the XCOM 2 franchise through Firaxis Studios.
Yeah, they have a whole lot.
They have a lot of fingers and a lot of pies.
Yeah, they're
pretty much.
I think they're the top company for gaming.
Yeah.
Billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Then it's Activision. We were talking about them before. Still.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked before about how how morale can totally make or break a game, and we've talked about how
impacts a lot of studios. I mean, you've got the crunch, so to speak. That sort of behavior in business messes everything up, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just bad. It's just bad. Well,
Yep.
Well, we've had some games that have been played, and we've got just a couple more minutes just to discuss the internet's biggest mysteries this weekend, as we're recording this on a Sunday, as we usually do.
Yeah.
So, news time.
The news.
Thank you, Dariusz. Thank you, Steve. So, who knows of the Twitch streamer Dr. Disrespect?
I'm aware of him.
Not personally.
I mean, I don't fully know him, but I'm aware of him, yeah.
I know now.
I've never watched his streams. I've never really been inclined to watch any of his streams, but
Terry,
I'm less inclined now.
You blessed little lamb. Away from the hive of scum and villainy that is the Dr. Disrespect situation. He was one of the three big Twitch streamers, the other two being Tyler Ninja Blevins and a guy who's known as a magic keyword, Shroud. Just a sort of a joke on there, but they moved over to Mixer, and brief aside on that. How dumb was that? Microsoft paid a fuck ton of money to get Ninja and Shroud over to Mixer, and then 6 months later, close it.
Close Mixer?
Yep.
Rippo.
They shut the whole service down last week, didn't they? So.
And then said that they were going to pay Ninja and Shroud money to mean that they didn't have an exclusivity deal with Facebook Gaming, which is what they're merging into.
Do you know sound like a Microsoft thing.
Yeah. Do you know when all the employees at Mixer were told about this?
When the announcement was made, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
Sounds about right.
That sounds like Microsoft for you.
They found out at the same time as the general public.
Yep.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's the worst way. It's the worst way to do it. You don't make it public. You want to let your staff know first before it happens.
It's like, how much disrespect do you have to have for your staff to not let them know that they're losing their job? To make them find out about their loss of a job through a social media post.
I don't know if you. Go ahead. Sorry.
What?
My apologies. I walked over your.
That's just ridiculous.
Vidcast,
go for it. Go for it. I have other things to talk about, but it's a whole other segue. Go for it.
It sounds like there was a trucking company in the U.S. that went out of business, and I'm gonna just.
Did they do the same thing?
Basically, let me find.
Thrill as Terry finds a web link.
Basically, they went out of business. They had trucks all over North America, Canada and North America. They also had a branch of their company in Canada. Thousands and thousands of drivers and thousands of employees. Like I think it was Let's see if I can find it. Just trying to catch up because I didn't think of even needing this.
You never
That's
know when
just
you're
how
going to be on
we.
the spot.
Caledon bankruptcy. Truckload Giant just filed for bankruptcy. It leaves. Yes, I have ad blocker. Leave me alone. No thanks. Go back.
We can edit this all out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Feels
So
like Vidcast might just keep
nearly
going.
3,000 employees left without a job.
3,000.
That's a lot.
4,000 employees. Because
going up.
their financial advisor or their financial person was doing fraud. He was
Oh, good.
yeah, he was using everybody's money.
It's everyone's.
Yeah, he was just basically fucking
He
with
was
everybody.
using literally everybody's money.
I hate these websites that don't let me on with ad blocker.
But yeah,
One second. I hate doing things on the last.
Numa dance.
Only have one arm.
So this was back in December, right before Christmas, that this company went bankrupt, and the company basically just sent out a message 2 days before turning off all the fuel cards for the truck drivers, before telling any of the employees. 2 executives were charged $60 million in a fraud scheme, puts nearly 4,000 employees out of work. So $60 million. And yeah, they left drivers all over the country, or all over North America.
That's pretty crazy. And this is a trucking company too. So like you got to figure some folks like yourself, you know, who do long haul and shit. It takes more than 2 days to get back to where you're home from, you know, to where you're from, depending on where you are.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
and some of
hope
them
this
didn't
pays
even
for a
get the
plane
message.
ticket.
Some of them were still on their way to a delivery, and then all of a sudden their card stopped working for fueling the truck, so they're stuck at a fuel stop trying to fuel the truck. Some of them just abandoned their trucks wherever they were. And apparently there was a message sent out that if they could get to a train station, they had a train ticket paid to get home. But they were basically they were basically sent a message saying to bring your truck and trailer to certain places, and it was a shit show. Like literally right before Christmas, and yeah, something like 2,000 U.S. drivers and 500 Canadian drivers, and who knows how much office staff and whatnot. It was
I mean, Things Engraved had that problem too. I don't know if you heard about them, but Things Engraved is a company that used to exist in Canada. I don't know if it was like a North American enterprise, but no, they definitely were in Canada. As the name implies, Things Engraved specialized in engraving, trinkets and such,
As you do.
jewelry and stuff. And they had hundreds, if not thousands, of outlets all over the place. And they were not doing financially great. And then all of a sudden one day they were just like, it's just like post to social media. It's just like, oh, by the way, you all don't have a job anymore. The whole company's gone under. Like literally overnight. Like people didn't even there were managers to Things Engraved locations who woke up one morning and tried to go open their shop, and the key didn't work. Like they changed the locks. It was just that sudden. And yeah, just thousands of people out of a job all of a sudden. Barely a word to be heard. A word to be heard.
It's just stupid. All these examples, and Microsoft still screw the pooch with it.
Yeah. These companies just they don't care about the little people.
Yeah. It's just
No, most don't. That's the problem.
Yeah, but it's just mad. Anyway, that was an aside to what I was sort of getting to at that point.
We haven't even gone to the main topic yet.
Yeah. So because they had left the platform, one of the top streamers on Twitch is a guy called Dr. Disrespect. He's a guy that sort of wears like evil scientist fucking garb, has a handlebar mustache, sunglasses, and he's a big first-person shooter gamer.
This guy looks like an asshole. Like, I would not. If I was on Twitch homepage and like one of his streams was recommended to me because he was like super popular or whatever, or like his things are relevant to my interest, and I clicked on, I would look at his webcam for 1 second and be like, nope, fuck that guy.
Just peace out, just yeet from there. From Twitch, but so this guy, he's on a big stream, like I say, big first-person shooter guy, was known for being, this is apparently the case, being in character as an arsehole, hence Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
Apparently his private life, unfortunately, didn't.
Rip.
I died.
Rip Terry.
I don't know what happened.
Oh no.
Fix itself.
Yeah, there we go.
But
his private life apparently was not too far off his persona. Apparently there was an incident, and I again don't want to say too much. I mean, it is out there in the public view that he was known for cheating on his wife during a Twitch con that he was at, and stuff had happened. But they figured it out. It was their private issue. They solved it. That was all fine. Cut to Friday evening last week, where Twitch, or where it was just announced by people who were trying to find Dr. Disrespect's channel on Twitch and his streams, and found him scrubbed, just gone.
Okay.
No one knew what happened. No one knows what's happened, or if they do, they're not saying anything. So, of course, that puts the internet on overdrive as to, well, why are they not saying anything? Why are Twitch not saying anything? Because all that's come out on there is just their like template statement that says, that we just investigate people and blah blah blah, and anyone who's broken their terms of service will be investigated and judged accordingly, or whatever the legalese is for it. Twitch have not said they've banned him. There are 3 people. One of them is a guy called by the handle of Slasher on Twitter, who basically said, yes, he's been banned. Yes, it's serious. He's done not just with Twitch, but everywhere. Which suggests massive criminal legal issue.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And, there were a couple of other people who had verified that, and they've also said, look, we can't tell you what's going on, but we assure you he's been banned, and banned by Twitch. Twitch still aren't saying anything because they're not going to, especially if it's a legal issue and you can't tell them why they've been banned. Specifically at this point, apparently Dr. Disrespect himself doesn't know why he's been banned. He doesn't know the specific reason, even though the night of his banning he was on stream, receives a text message on his phone, says fuck, spends 8 minutes before the end of that stream talking about David Icke. Who thought his fucking conspiracy theorist ass would turn up again? Tells everyone, we're going to get through this. Fuck. Stream cuts out. That's it. That was the last stream that he'd done, and you had to be there to see it. People have recorded it, put it on, and that's the thing. But this is like the biggest thing that's happened on Twitch that no one can tell you about.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure it'll come out soon.
When lawyers come out to play,
we'll find out like once the legal stuff out with
sooner or later.
Yeah, no, it's if there's been a serious incident of some kind, it's likely we won't see anything for weeks or even months.
Well, at least
the lawyers are tying it up.
Oh no, that's true. He didn't get swatted. Actually, he did. or not really swatted, but someone did attack his house at one point, live during the stream. Wasn't great for him, but well, turns out, it's just that everyone's putting two and two together. Like we said at the beginning of the podcast, we were talking about the sexual abuse allegations and harassment. So,
well, if you're gonna be charged with something, we're gonna know about beforehand.
Yeah.
We are in the void.
It depends on how much the lawyers tie it up.
Still, we're talking about internet, few millions of people. Someone will know, and someone will spill the mints.
Yeah, but you're going to get so much misinformation that you're not going to know what's what.
Yeah, and if it is a legal case on that as well,
you won't know until you get legal documents.
Yeah,
you won't know until you get legal documents what it actually is.
You're right there. To be honest, we probably won't know for at least a couple of months the full details of what's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, until there's actually charges being placed.
Exactly,
And this podcast could come out in a couple of days' time, and there could be a fuck ton more information.
There could be, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was that thing that happened a while ago that probably only me and Ryan in this room actually know about. I mean, but I'm making prejudgments. There was the whole issue with Pro Jared on YouTube.
Oh yeah. I think we discussed it in that sort of podcast as well.
Did. And we never actually. I don't know if we ever actually followed up on that.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes me feel a little sick inside, because at the time the story was going that YouTuber Pro Jared, Jared Knobbenbauer is his real name, that apparently solicited sexual favors / just and images and such from alleged minors on like a Tumblr post or something.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was at the time.
This is apparently as part of a sort of sexual freedom type of Tumblr circle that he has, which apparently he apparently corroborates as a real thing, where he, I guess just encourages people to like participate in just discussions about sex and stuff. Which is a little weird in and of itself, but not wrong if they're all consenting adults. Where it became sketchy is when apparently where someone accused him of having made one of these allegations knowing that he was underage and also like mentally not well, like susceptible. And that case like tanked his channel for like 3 or 4 months.
Oh yeah.
And he went radio silent, didn't say anything about it, refused to acknowledge any of the accusations. His subscribers plummeted. No one was watching his stuff anymore. And everyone just assumed that the story was what it was because they never heard anything to the contrary. And then some months later, Bro Jared, looking like absolute shit, which I don't blame him for. He looked like he hadn't slept in 3 months. Came back finally and cleared up the issue, I'd say, in a pretty spectacular fashion. He showed all of the conversations with this individual that he had, and basically called him out on every part of his story. Like, showed him how like timelines didn't match up. Like, he found out that this person apparently had claimed on Twitter or something that he was in a coma for 3 months during the same period of time where he supposedly was talking to Jared about this issue. So it's just like basically calling him out on like being a habitual liar and being able to say that while he could prove all of the things that he said were not true, the other person could not actually provide any solid evidence of these things happening. And he ended up clearing things up pretty well and managed to get his life back on track. And it sucked because for the whole 3 or 4 month period, he was like public enemy number 1 on the internet. and I imagine he's probably still having difficulty recovering from that. But he did his due diligence. He stayed quiet. He didn't.
Yeah, that's why they should.
He didn't overcompensate. He didn't overreact. He didn't freak out. He did what he had to do. He bit the bullet and just waited until he had all of the receipts and he had all of the information on his side. And I just feel bad for him because a lot of people, including for a time myself, we're quick to jump to conclusions with an incomplete story.
That's why I think people should clarify as soon as possible because the internet will go mental.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Can I say that he played it perfectly?
Anything.
Probably not. No, I would not say that he did. But it's a difficult situation to navigate. And you don't want to risk inflaming the issue. You don't want to just be like, it's not true. That didn't happen. This guy's a liar. I'll get back to you in 3 months to prove it. If you come off like that, then people are really going to fucking come at you.
Yeah, why does it take 3 months to get the evidence? All that sort of business. I mean, it's a minefield to discuss because of course, if an allegation comes out, you shouldn't discount it.
Yeah, you can't just pretend it's not there.
Yeah.
You kind of have to
believe the victim. It's just sort of how it is. But that's the minefield. It's just even going, but
is like ...
Yeah.
Cringy face.
It's just mad. But anyway, we started off. We started off depressing. We've ended it off depressing. But how do you feel this has all gone? Humans.
It's been a good first attempt at Vidcast.
That's been a crazy cast.
It'll be nice to have some visuals to the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love having faces to names to voices. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and this is like I say, this is a reveal. This is like 5 members of Immaterial Gamers now.
Yeah. I'm quite happy I was able to
there's
join
more
in.
to come.
See, Terry, what Terry was trying to do is trying to do a nice freeze frame.
You're moving a little bit.
Yeah,
we can tell with the pixelation of your camera that you're moving. Because the pixels jump. That's better.
Thanks. Anyway, yeah, so we'll wrap this up because this is running an hour and 20 minutes and there isn't really going to be much editing going on, to be honest. That's probably an advantage of these vidcasts. It's it's kind of selfish of me. All I need to do is add some music at the beginning and music at the end and everything will be fine. Oh, wait, hold on. Terry says wait, what?
What?
Just kidding.
You
I had to get 1 more minute in there.
Yeah, one fake technical difficulty to just throw that in. So right. Thank you guys. Thank you, Dariusz, Terry, Duncan, Steve, and me, and thanks, Craig, for being there.
Woo, Craig, MVP. Craig for MVP.
Yeah, Craig for MVP.
Yeah. So
play of the game, Craig.
Yeah. So if you got all the way to the end of this video,
that was the podcast number 100.
I know. Yeah, podcast number 100. And like, share, subscribe, do all that business. And if you don't like seeing our faces and you just want to hear us, well, the podcast is on Spotify and iTunes and wherever you get your podcast. Or just put it on, put your speakers on, and go on.
You
carry
can
on
put
with
the
your
video
life.
on and minimize and just hide from our ugly faces.
Yeah. So it'll all work. So until next week, and I can say this now to the camera, for God's sake, do not kill each other.
Yes, very much so.
Exactly.
Right.
That's never going to happen.
No. We're for sure. Right.
We have to do our part.
Yeah. Public service announcements. Right, guys, until next week, we'll see you then. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.